I almost wonder, can I flip it? No, it's gonna make me go this way. Let's see, can I? That might be better. Yeah, TikTok doesn't have any sound issues. It's YouTube that has issues on my phone, which is frustrating. So we're running into some issues with TikTok versus YouTube, from which device it is. I'm going to place another light up. Serena, thank you so much for the heart puffs. Let's just hope that we can figure this out. However, I believe watch time I did increase. It said I had like 30 something hours now of watch time. So for the super chats that everyone was talking about, I think we will be qualified for those by the end of the week. We only need like 2,000 watch hours for super chats. Once we get from super chats to the next one, then we make partner, then so on and so forth. So if you guys want to help us get this figured out, it's going to be a transition that none of us have expected to do. Serena, thank you so much for the 10 more heart puffs. I appreciate you. Let's hope that that worked better. Man, I had a lot better views on my phone, though, than I did on the iPad. I'm trying to figure out how I can, like, show different things. I guess we should, like, do a little organization, maybe. Let me see if I can take that thing off the wall. We'll do a little prepping organization. I don't know what we're going to organize. Trying to find a project for us to do. Let's find a project for us all to do together for prepping. There we go. We already got 9 likes on there. Okay, so I'm going to take these AA's. They're going to go in on the other room. I'll take you guys over there. Maybe. Hi, Mel. The sound is so much better on here. Are you guys picking on YouTube? Is anybody picking up any static? So many batteries. I know. Shiji, how is my bicep muscle? How is my bicep muscle? Are you making a comment about my body? Like, I'm just going to ask. Like, I literally had somebody. Just to suffer. Okay. All right. That's nice. Sounds perfect. Okay. No, I literally had somebody tear me down about my body on YouTube. Which is hilarious because they're like making fun of my arms, but my ab muscles are insane. Yeah, fitness is a priority. 100%. If you saw my six pack, you'd be jealous too, okay? I literally wear oversized hoodies. But I just find it. I literally find that that's like the funniest thing, that people are like, oh, we don't like your arms. And I'm like, okay, but do you like my washboard abs? Because you can scrub your makeup off on them. Okay. Cardio's a thing. I've also had 3 kids and I can freaking hike with like a 50-pound pack for a while. A while. I just find it immensely hilarious. Yeah, fitness should be your priority, 100%. But I just find it really funny that people come after it. 6-pack, no booty. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, I was Army. Yep. I am pretty down to earth, but I am very blunt. Unfortunately, I'm very, very blunt. And people like to make a lot of comments about my body. Yeah, very happily married. Yeah, that's not going to happen ever. These are like the craziest things. Yeah, welcome to TikTok or YouTube. Oh, look at that. YouTube sounds better. People are wild in here. Hello from Arkansas. Right, Stacy? I'm like, ain't that real? I have a storage pack in the back. Yeah, we're just gonna let the FYP or whatever it is on this side just do its thing. So we're just gonna take the beating for today and reconvene later. Miss Justice, hello, hello, how are you? Right now I am just breaking apart all of these packs. I think that's like 4 that I've taken apart. I'm just reorganizing this bin. I probably shouldn't have taken so many out, but I do need to... Oh, hello, Sue S. I need to reorganize some of these. It's going to be an interesting moment. TikTok, every word gets banned basically. Wild, or YouTube is Wild Wild West. Yeah. I literally had a guy make the most foul comments about me on a YouTube video, and he was like, you have a ham hock about arms, but he was shirtless and with a beer gut with his child in the photo. And I was like, excuse me? Excuse me? I've had 3 kids and you want to make comments about my body? Whoa, 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 whoa. Real lack of cardio there. Real lack of any muscle training there also. Bates family, thank you so much for the follow. I found it so odd. I was like, out of all things to make a comment about, at least dig a little harder. I'm like, that's interesting. I'm sure if I wore really slimming shirts on TikTok, I'd be at 500,000 followers easily. But I don't. I like to wear oversized sweatshirts and stuff. It's comfy and warm, and it's pretty cold here. So I could capitalize in 9 different methods, but I choose to capitalize in a different one. Susan says we should make her play a game of Guess Who It Is. I don't want to do that on a new app. We are not going to play Guess Who. Serendipity, just wear the red dress. I mean, so I just choose to wear, like, I'm just comfy. Sorry. Some people don't like that. And that's okay. I didn't ask permission of what I was supposed to wear today. Dragon Bird, I guess who that one is. I found him. Do you guys want to go see the battery organization? I can't take TikTok over there because there is some Second Amendment out. YouTube I can because it is only like the outer casings. I'm just busting some of this out. I made mine easy so you could guess who I am. I appreciate that. I appreciate you making it easy. Doomsday Queen. Doomsday Queen. I'm just reorganizing this really quick. It's kind of a dumpster fire in it, but it's fine because there's stuff that needs to go into an outer casing. But taking stuff out, putting it back in. I think that was it on those ones. Doomsday Queen, because that's where I'm going to be going. Yeah, I heard YouTube is a little off the hinge in the live content. So, I mean, yeah, hopefully hanging out on this side, we'll get some watch time hours. I mean, make sure that you are liking the live so that we get more likes on that. There is 70 people over here, 56 over here. Kayla says, my eyes are burning today. The drones are dumping chems on us. JK, JK, JK. I'm not disagreeing. Share on YouTube. You're messing with preps to reduce stress coping mechanism. Yep, Susan, you figured that one out. This is going to be a new one. This is going to be a new Wild Wild West. Oh, Misfit Acres. Oh, I love that, Susan. Yeah, some of them. Oh, you did? Thanks, Cats. I need to follow you back. Reorganizing your preps is therapeutic. Jessica, I hope you have a wonderful day. I had a feeling you were serendipity. I had a feeling you were serendipity. So the first thing that we need to get out there is I need to go pick up some cement and some posts and some gates. L13, yes. What's the news on the drones? They believe that they are U.S. drones, which is what we already assumed. There is a lot of false flags with that, but there is a lot of belief that the drones are ours. Supposedly, they may be kind of sniffing out radiation that may or may not have been stolen. Some are saying, you know, but they once again, there's no direct answer. Oh, I appreciate that serendipity. Right now, I kind of like called a ceasefire for my mods. I know my mods want to mute when things are coming in, but we want to hit that page. So we do kind of want the chaos right now, unfortunately. Eat some of those chicken taquitos right now. So good. Oh, are you eating some of the chicken taquitos? I cooked some up for Stacy and Mike. Yeah, we're letting the chaos fly. We're letting the chaos fly. The more the chaos, the more interaction, the better. That's just kind of how social media works. You're a ghost watcher, but help me start up. You're prepping and you'll continue to follow on both. That makes my heart so warm. And we're hoping that how I get sometimes shadow banned over here, that's not going to happen on this app. That's what I'm hoping, is that the consistency Joey's like, I'm itching. I need to mute somebody. Yeah, we can't do that. Not while we're like getting through those first ones. Hi, Serena. Chrissy's the same way. Chrissy and Joey are like, I can't handle this. Somebody made comments about her body and all kinds of stuff. By the way, just so that we're all on the same clear, by the way, YouTube, and if you want to make comments about my body, let's have this conversation now because you're going to get to know me and I'm a little bit spicy. Okay. First of all, I am 5'1". I weigh 129 pounds. I have very nice abs. Yes, I have 3 kids. I also have an autoimmune disease that affected my throat, which causes swelling. Sometimes I swell in my arms. If you have a problem with that, once you can do as many push-ups, sit-ups, lunges, everything that I can do, and you can run as long of a distance, then you can make a mockery of my body. But until that point, unless you have actual abs and you actually have the differentials of every abdominal muscle, I don't want to hear it. Just so we're clear, I love you. Just in case people were questioning. Oh yeah, my fluffy fingers. Yeah, people don't like my hands. They don't like my hands and they don't like my arms. Bates Family Homestead says, I want to be just like you when I grow up. I've had 3 kids, okay? We are over here now, but we already know. We've already had some people make some comments. Just because I like to wear oversized shirts does not mean you get to tear down my body. Second of all, if you think you can troll on the internet, I'd probably troll worse. Just so we're here. Just understand that. Betty C says, don't mess with this lady. It's wild to me, serendipity. It's wild. Like, people will say, you're a female prepper. Well, first of all, I'm going to hear a lot of people try to tear me down because I'm a female and in the prepping industry. Second of all, then they'll always come at you as the female and you're a veteran and they want to tear you down that way. You love it, Lambo. It's amazing. The property is gorgeous. People like to make those different kinds of comments on a regular basis. First of all, I spent 90% of my deployment outside of the wire. Don't ever compare me the same as somebody else. I stand very firm on who I am, how much I train, all the things I do. And when I'm prepping, I like to take it, especially when you are wrong. Wait, what was I wrong on? Wait, I think I missed the second comment. If I'm wrong, I'll like, oh, not me. I was like, if I'm wrong, I'll throw out that I'm wrong. Drone talk. We need more drone talks. Yes, no, yes. I think we do. I think that we need to have confirmation that they are ours. The most confirmation we've had is Donald Trump, but he's not even in office. You know, he's just the presidential elect. We need to have more confirmation that they are ours, whether they're just testing new equipment, stuff like that. The reason why I find the drones very, very alarming is because throughout the last 20 years, our military has made drones that actually drop bombs. And so have many other countries. There's a lot of warfare that goes on with drones and bombs. The part that I find very, very alarming is the drones only fly at night and you're not being able to spot them in the daylight. So then you're not getting a good identification. They are also going over residentials, hospitals, structures, buildings, stuff like that. That is very alarming. We have to admit that is very, very alarming. Cricket says she wants a drone now. You're in Jersey. The video of the drones, and it was massive. Exactly. These are very large drones. And so here in Utah, yes, there has been some sightings in Salt Lake City. They don't really fully match the videos as what I've seen from New Jersey, but there has been a lot of sightings of drones here in Utah also. Yeah, they're global, not just in the USA. A lot of the imaging's not the same. So honestly, I've seen a lot of AI imaging. Um, if you see new, I want to see raw footage. Been over 3 towns in Pennsylvania. Have anybody on YouTube side, have you guys seen any of the drones? They're not sanctioned, non-sanctioned military. That's why they won't say anything. Exactly. Yeah, there was, Jordan. There was. They use them. They use them. They just used them against Israel also. Also, did anybody see the massive bomb Israel set off? That is extremely alarming. Kayla's like me on both platforms, and I just don't know where I'm supposed to be. Nick from South Jersey says multiple times in your yard. There is no reason military drones should be going over residential. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So for us in our town, if we have drones, we are leaving for a bit. I don't want to play with it. You just went through an earthquake and it was wild. Were you in Ohio? Oh, Barry, you sent me some clips last night. Perfect. Did you send them to my email? What is an item you guys are preparing with these drones? Hello, Ginger A. That's what I heard. So, Cricket, I can be okay with that because we definitely want to keep there. No, on TikTok? Okay, I'll double check. Oh, the earthquake? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about with war. There's always a level up, you guys. There's going to be always a level up. You have war and it's played out to here. And then they're going to try something new and then somebody's going to match that energy, guys. That's just what it happens with war. Okay? So then you got this one. Then you got this one. Now they just went this way. What do you expect the next one to be? How high can you go? Oh, you can't reply to others on YouTube? YouTube's pretty chill. It is definitely a lot more freely. I'm pretty sure people who are watching on YouTube are probably like, why is she bleeping out words? Because I work on TikTok, and TikTok makes me talk like a toddler sometimes. Love you, TikTok, but you make me have to talk like I'm a toddler. There were helicopters circling last night. Oh, that's crazy, Dabber. Listening to Rumble, following Dan. I agree. He's fantastic, Angela L. What does he think on it? I haven't seen any of his new episodes that he's been talking about. Cricket, thank you so much for the subscription. I seriously appreciate it. Thank you so much for the subscription. The drones are doing Wi-Fi mapping, looking for... That's what I heard, JML. So I can get with the drones looking for looking for gamma radiation. I can get with that. But at some point, they have to release that to the state's authorities and say, hey, we have this. We are looking for something. You can't release that, but you can say that the drones are ours. Like at some point, they have to say something. And the fact that they're not is what's causing chaos. And when sparking chaos causes people to start making really irrational decisions, whether you believe they're irrational or not, people might start taking matters into their own hands. You live near the lake bridge. You think the helicopters were related to the drones? Now, I saw a video of the drones in Washington, and the drones in Washington, one of them definitely was a helicopter. Oh, the Tacoma Narrow Bridge. But they need to let air control know. We need to know whose they are. Maybe JML? Then that doesn't explain that the New Jersey Senate writing a letter asking what they are. If it was out of the base there, they would have released that at least to their congressional leaders. I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is still, it's still a possibility. Your question, if the radiation map is real, why are the levels higher in the domes? That's a great question, Jordan. Why are the levels? Supposedly there is a missing item, but there's nothing confirmed. A lot of the drone talk is like conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy. Like there's literally hours. Yeah, Biden didn't even mention them in his speech either. Yeah, like people are just like acting like nothing is happening. And it's kind of like when the Kennedy assassination happened, right? Back then, we didn't have the same level of technology as we do now. So, with that being said, everybody has a phone. I mean, but yeah, but JML, you're the one, you just listed that on here. So I'm just saying, if there is any expert into it, like the information's got to be there. If they're ours, just say they're ours. I'm not saying it's impossible, JML. Like, I agree with you 100%. I believe we should be, honestly, I believe our skies are the weakest link we have as a country. Our airspace is not as secure as it used to be. You have openly NATO countries installing bunkers for World War III, openly discussing that they want more bomb shelters, and our country is not even talking about anything. You have Israel with the Iron Dome, nothing being talked about over here. We are very susceptible. Am I having sound issues over here? Let me unmute. Yeah, NATO definitely brags too much, 100%. Unless the government use it for smoke and mirrors. That's where I'm thinking, JML. So I like where you're thinking on the first one, but the smoke and mirrors with the drones, is it look this way, look this way, look this way, and something happens over here. In Australia, the security breach along with a deadly virus has been I probably can't read that out loud. But Connor, somebody pinned Connor's comment right there. Yeah, like Tiger Bama, the Chinese balloon flew across our entire country. Not just one balloon, 3 balloons. The third balloon was shot down, but 3 balloons flew across our country, but we're not allowed to have certain apps. Make that make sense. Bushwookie? Oh my gosh. Are you going to start trolling me on YouTube? It's fake. It's from the money machine. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. Gotta roll with the fake Benji. There's a lot of virus talk going on. Do you think that 2025 will be in a new pandemic? Wasn't that a test balloon? Mm-hmm. It was. It was a surveillance balloon. The fact that we allowed that to cross our country, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then the third one got shot down over by Florida, I believe, is baffling, because then we're not supposed to own a specific app, because then your data may be in reach, and then all communist China is coming for us. Yeah, remember, fear is an easy way to control population change. Yep. Mm-hmm. Ooh, JJ Rogue. I have actually not done my full research on the Germany government falling. But I would not be with it. Oh, the sound is weird again? No. Is it really? What about now? I have so many issues. I already feel this. Germany and France. I'm not shocked by France. Not one bit. Tell me if the sound is better. It's the YouTube sound. Thanks, Squeaks Ruffle. My YouTube sound. Yes, still there. You think the mic isn't out? What about... When you sit back, it sounds like I'm in a tunnel. Okay, so I need to be like up front like this. Is that better? I need to be right here. And then you got the Korean issue too, right? Camille, it's a complete possibility. After yesterday and everybody talking, I kind of lost. Nope, still there. It's not horrible, but it sounds like your mic is muffled at times. What about now? This is going to be rough. Trial and error, yep. Let's see if we can figure this out together. We are stronger together. Do, do, do. Hold on. I don't know how to fix that. Okay, let's see. I do need a mic to my shirt. I just haven't bought anything. I guess I could just hold. Oops. I'll just hold us. Is that better? Or is that bad? Oh my gosh. I'm nervous. But it was fine for a while. But now it's not. I don't know. So I just need to restart it. But is it statically like what it was? I do need an external. I was thinking an extra mic. Oh, you're sweet. I think I have a bunch of mics. I just have to set them up. Let's just. Yeah, this is going to be great for replay. No, it's not static. No, it's going to be maybe better. Test. Let's hope that this is working a little bit better. Oh, thank you, Camille. You got to show the food storage income up with since following you. Oh, Justice, I would love for you to show me that. That would be amazing. Working fine currently? Okay. Did I build a wall in my office? No. Are you talking about behind me? That's actually going to the off-grid. That's going to be part of one of the cabins or at least one of the sheds. So far, so good. Okay. I am very close to the cameras right now. I'm like, hi. Hi, YouTube. Hi, TikTok. But yeah, so those will be going out by the end of December. These should be in the first structure. Oh, you guys can tap on here? Tap, 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 push me out. What does that mean for YouTube? We are learning. You got to go grain the horses. You'll be back. You bought a freeze dryer last week. Anyone personally own one? Yeah, I have one. And then so does cast iron. We're both pretty good at teaching on them. I'm pretty new to the freeze dryer land. I like it, but there's some things that we're just not capable of doing. So then I buy it if it's gonna just be too much energy. I don't know how lives or taps work in here. I personally don't know anything on this app. This is gonna be a whole new. You have on as well. Let's check the gift gallery and see where we're at. We still need galaxies, whales, and jets. the double tap. You see a red heart on the right of your screen, tap that. I'm not quite sure what that means. Cats and Mutter, you're going to be my new like social media expert because I need a manager on here. I'm not sure what it does. Let's grab a different item. So what do you guys want to talk about on prepping? Well, we still have an hour and a half before we have to do there. I don't think you can. I'm not tapping on my own screen. And then you tap on the right. Oh, okay. I'm not tapping on my own. Oh, you have one on your as well? Trying to think of what something we haven't gone over. I mean, we haven't gone over a lot of stuff on YouTube. YouTube's kind of an open circuit. TikTok, we have a lot of things that we go over there. Different Mylars, where I get my Mylars. Cats is like, no, it's not you, it's me. I guess we can talk about this. The biggest thing is getting some sort of structure out there. I can show you what we do on our hunting cabins. So this is a buddy heater. If you guys don't know what a buddy heater is. Buddy heaters are amazing, okay? They run by propane. We use them a lot in hunting, especially in our hunting cabins. We mount them into the cabin walls like this, and you set it onto the wall. So essentially, if you do it, you can literally hang one off a wall like that. That's what we do. So as soon as we get our first structure out there, that's actually what's going to be going in. Because when we went out to the property, the video that will be posted today on YouTube is it was 27 degrees with 10 to 20 mile an hour winds, which dropped us down to 17 degrees. If you guys have not been outside when it's 17 degrees and it is very windy, it is very hard to start a fire. Very, very hard to start a fire. Your fire is going to eat through your wood. So you're going to want to create a wind barrier to kind of cut that down, or you're just going to burn through wood so fast because that fire is just going to just push it. And while we were out there, you have to try taps, just helps. Oh, thank you. No, I'm trying to read. Eric said double tap, shortcut. So I'm only like 2,000 views or 2,000 hours away from being able to do super chats. I don't know what a super chat is. Maybe that will be just a time where we set up and we go over certain things. Hello, Susie Q. Welcome in. I hope you have a wonderful day at work. Good evening, Freebie Queen. Lauren, thank you so much for the heart me, and I'm your first gift. Thank you so much. You just became member 199 on the team. If you guys have not tapped that gold heart up at the top, tap it, re-up on the team. It will help notify you when I go live. Whatever it is, it sounds super, right, Nick? Other places, these are the only two places I'm streaming. These are the only two other places I'm streaming. I may do a Twitch. I'm not sure. We're probably going to just do this. Most of my content, like most stuff that I video is long term. It's just long form, and then I cut it down for like small little snippets. Yep. For right now. I mean, I have a Lemon 8. I'm not impressed by Lemon 8. I signed up to be on the beta for Neptune to see if we like it. Come on, don't you want like 5 or more cameras going? No. You want 5 or more cameras going? I find that very intimidating. I'm already intimidated by 2 cameras going at the same time. Laura, thank you so much for the team bracelet. I appreciate that. Could you imagine the live set out on the off-grid? I would have to have like 5 jackeries or just extension cords running everywhere. Favorited is only a battle app. So I signed up for it to look at it, but I don't really do battles very much. As long as I fill my gift gallery, and people watch my videos, I'm pretty good. Susan, it would look like your office. I already have like a light here, a light here, a light there. Hi, Bat Mama. Bat Mama sent me a ducky on her for my Jeep, and it's riding front seat. It's just like a little Donald Trump. You can do anything on favorited other than to battle. Wait, what, Raven? I thought it was only for battling. I thought it's not content. Heather, you're so sweet. I find this very odd. 5 cameras with hair and makeup tech. Could you imagine on the off-grid? They're like, she's in the dirt. What do we do? How many Jackeries do I currently have? You just added 4 to your stash. Solar is all new to you. I love that you're focusing in. No, it's not for battling. Okay, perfect, Raven. Then I'll look at it more. You don't, oh, you can do solo lives, but don't know for sure on there. So I have one 2000 Pro. I have a 2000 Plus. I have a 300. I have 3. I have 3, and then I have 2 extensive 2000 watt additional batteries to add on. So I turn my 2000 Plus generator into a 6000 running watt generator. As long as your title says what you're doing, you're good. Okay. Oh, Connor, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you got some solar. We just upgraded. We have now 6 panels, 6 large 200 watt panels going on with the Jackeries. I'm praying that. Have you seen the 5,000 water? Yes. So, Pappy, the problem, so the 5,000, the Jackery 5,000 watt is to run your home. Now, I need you guys to understand, you got to go look through their tech and their specs on the 5,000 watt from the Jackery. The 5,000 watt is not allowed to be in super cold. Yep, Jordy, we are on YouTube. The 5,000 watt Jackery cannot be in the cold. So you can't run it to run a camper outside if it's cold at all. It can't handle excessive heat either. It's very fragile. Now, below 32 degrees, that's barely freezing. Like out at our property, it was 27 degrees, and with a wind chill, it was 17. Now the 2000 Plus can go down to -4. And that is the reason I did the 2000 Plus, and then I added a 2000 watt battery extension so I can make it a 6000 watt. Yeah, and it's like a golf cart, but it's crazy. And it weighs, I believe it's like 130 pounds or 129 pounds. It weighs the same weight as me. And my husband was like, are you really going to pick up the 5,000 watt and tote that? Now, the 2000 Pro, does it weigh 65 pounds? Yes. Can I lift 65 pounds? Yeah. I pick it in and out of the back of my Jeep on a regular basis. Yeah, it was freezing out at the property. Stacy was out at my property with her husband. If you guys don't know Stacy and Mike, they're absolutely some of my favorite people. It was absolutely freezing. So then to have that kind of technology out there and wanting to use it to run the cabin or anything like that, I'm going to have to drill holes to have the solar panels, but to keep the battery pack inside, and then pray that area does not drop in temperature. Tay, thank you so much for that heart me. I appreciate it. Tay, thank you so much for those tiny dinies and the roses and all the love bombing right now. Love you. Seriously, thank you. But we have a lot to think about on that. So the 2000 Pro, I have one very similar. I have the 2000 Pro in here, not the 2000 Plus. Let me grab it. And they're heavy, guys. They're not. This is what they look like. I can't imagine wanting to pick something up bigger than this. This thing is heavy, okay? This thing is heavy, moving it around. The 2000 Plus has a handle that you can actually drag. So you just pick it up, drop it, drag it where you need to go. It has wheels on it also. The pros and cons is fabulous. Yeah, so it's like you got one that can handle, this one can handle cold temperatures. We take this out boondocking all the time. But the indoor one, it's really truly designed to be an indoor battery and only outside in the spring and honestly evening for Utah with the solar panels to recharge because it could fry it out. You got a heat spec, you have a cold spec, what that 5000 Jackery can go through and what it can't. It's just not designed to be rugged and outdoor. I don't know why on their website they're trying to show it as like, yeah, it can be used outside. The specs say no. But the 2000 Plus can. The 2000 Plus can be outside, can be in the cold, can stay out there overnight, can be in the heat. It's fine. Chilly with friends, Megs. Oh, okay, perfect, Raven. Yeah, teach me about it. I would love that. I'm checking comment sections on both sides. Yeah, the 2000 Plus, that's what I have in the back of my Jeep right now. And I also have 2 solar panels. They're both chilling in the back of my Jeep. I love them. This one is the 2000 Pro. This is before they developed the 2000 Plus. So the 2000 Pro one doesn't have a pigtail output. It was like the beta model to the 2000 Plus. So now with both of those, I mean, in total amount of battery packs, I have over 10,000 watts, almost 11,000 watts, I believe, of power. Okay, Raven, I do like that. I don't like to be censored as much. Okay, so Pappy, I saw the Vivor diesel heater. Now, Hillbilly Bushcraft was using that in his live, and it kept throwing like error codes. It threw so many error codes, and it was so cold. Nice biceps. Okay. Sorry, I don't have any biceps. I am actually very self-conscious about it, and now I'm working out my arms every morning. So if you come out and all of a sudden I'm like hulked out, you understand. Okay. So we're all on the same playing field. I'm a little spicy. But the Vivor diesel heater, I had heard nothing but great things. He got it. He's also a bushcrafter, okay? He's out in the cold like I am. I mean, it's 17 degrees out there. When I'm getting a fire started, I'm not worried about my camera angles or anything like that. You seen that, and it might have just been gelling up. Yeah, but that's a little concerning if that heater is having that many issues right off the bat. I've had some mixed issues with Vivor before, so I'm not quite sure. There's been a few of them. Hi, the big heads, welcome in. So the problem is when you're cold, you're gonna start losing motor functions. I know a lot of people don't fully understand that. I would rather be overheated and sweating and then trying to make a rational decision than cold. So when I'm like setting up and I'm doing fires, I'm worrying more about the wind, the environment. How can I do that? You want to know if it can run kerosene? I'm very curious also if it could run potentially kerosene. But so when you're like setting up your systems, right? You want to set up your systems, right? He was cold. He was in his cabin. I was watching him. Man, I was panicking for him. Okay, you're seeing his breath. It is cold. He is trying to get that thing set up, and it is throwing error code after error code after error code. And then it would blow out some warm air, and then it would shut down. That is, and I just told him, I said, honestly, he was like, do you want to get one? And I was like, I don't. I think I'm going to stick. I have never, ever, like, I've owned seriously probably like 15 of these things, maybe 20. Never had a problem with a buddy heater. Never. We have them in cabins. I have used them. If you guys did not know, when I came back from Iraq, I was homeless. I lost everything. And I lived out of a truck bed camper in literally 6 inches of snow in the cold. I have used buddy heaters for a very, very, very long time. I am completely impressed by them. Most people I know want to favor it because they had enough. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe I'll test it out, Raven. I'll like give it a little testy test. I'll give it a little testy test. But you like the blower mostly. Yeah, exactly. So like having a blower, and the buddy heaters don't. So it's like that slow radiant heat as you're building up and you're getting warmer and warmer. Yeah. For a buddy heaters have sensors in them. So they have sensors in them that will shut off if there's not enough oxygen. If I'm in a tiny, like when I was in the camper bed, I literally had a little window cracked open so that make sure that there's good. Mode still has been out for 6 months. Okay. Okay, so it's still in beta mode. Got it. So, I mean, that's just one thing that we're planning with the cabin. We want the first cabin is going to be a studio like. There's going to be a bed, and then there's just literally going to be a kitchen, just mainly functional with a little loft. So then my kids can sleep in the loft, all 3 of them. They don't need to be in the cabin unless they're like trying to get warm. But it is cold out on that property, and a lot of people don't understand. If you guys saw half of my unedited content that I've been working on right now, day 1, no wind. Perfect. I'm talking in the mic. Everything is great. The second one, all of my video content is like, you see things flying all over the place. It's so cold. It's so windy. And that's the big concern. Like if shit was to hit the fan or World War III or anything, winter is crippling. Okay. When you're cold, you're cold. Your fine motor skills go down. That's what originally I was talking about was your fine motor skills. My fingers stop working. Stuff like that. When I get too cold, I'm like constantly trying to stay warm, staying movement, lots of just staying active in general, because you don't want your movement to be crippled. Okay. When you're cold, you're going to make less rational decisions. Everybody in the chat understand that. If you are cold, truly cold, you are not going to be able to have full brain function to make rational decisions. So whether you want to be quicker, you want to be more precise, your rationale is going to drop immensely. I have to keep tapping to see. I know. I actually memorized on how to do a wind turbine. I've never done one, but I'm going to because of how windy that property is. 100%. Yeah, we're going to have to put in a hot tent. We're going to have to put in an ice tent, just something to stay warm in because the wind was so bad. We still got a lot of work done. We did get the gates measured. We did get the road measured. We still have to like widen the road a little bit. My husband's probably going to bring the camper up, and then we have to put some trail cams out there because the biggest issue right now is I am not going to stay in a tent out there. I know, boo-hoo, somebody's going to come after me. Because we have a very, very active mountain lion, if not 2. There is a site where a goat got completely attacked right where I park my Jeep, and it got drug to where it wanted to chill, and there was literally blood stain everywhere. And it's not the first instance that we have had with this mountain lion. I was tracking him on the backside of the property. Mind you guys remember, this property is over 70 acres. So I tracked it out about 2 miles away. That was the first indication that we had a mountain lion. I found the mountain lion tracks and been kind of following it, keeping an eye on the situation, just understanding any of that. And, you know, found some of its leftover carcasses, stuff like that. And mountain lions are pretty true to where they hunt, okay? They like more little ravines. They like to come out at night, those kind of things. Then 4 days later is when I found the very large goat that had been completely annihilated. Mountain lions stuffed make good coffee table bases. Exactly, Pappy. So, and then, for this next trip out, I will probably be sleeping in my Jeep out at the off-grid, guys. I will be going live the entire time at the off-grid, just so that we are all aware. I'm totally comfortable with being live all night long, but I am bringing my night vision out because I do want to track where this cougar is going. I just don't want to deal with this mountain lion. I don't want him to come after my dogs or my kids. He or she, whatever it is, and I'm going to deal with it according to how I see fit. You don't have any heaters, considering maybe you should. Okay, so I have about 4 buddy heaters. Now, how much propane we have? We have a lot. A lot. My husband is the collector. Yeah, I do. Tom, I carry every day. I'm carrying right now. I carry every day. I carry every single day. Now, here's the deal. Once again, 17 degrees. At night, it's 4 degrees. How fast is your reaction going to be? Think about that. So until I can deal with that, I will sleep in my vehicle versus a tent out there. And we have a lot of coyotes, but those are easy to be dealt with. I just store it outside. A foil blanket. Are you talking like an emergency blanket, Bella? So pretty much it's entrapping. So when you wrap a blanket around you, it's pretty much essentially entrapping your core heat, your core body heat. It's just a way for it not to escape out because it's not made with a fabric with holes in it. That emergency blanket essentially holds in, it cups the heat, and your core actually has the most amount of heat. If you did not know that, the areas that you always want to try to keep as much warm as possible is your head, your core, and then your limbs. Okay, you will lose the most amount of heat from these areas, and that will actually drop you down into hypothermia depending on where you live. A lot of people live in places that don't get as cold. I did a lot of backpacking across Alaska. You can get pretty cold. I'm trying to go through everybody's comments. Yeah, exactly what Pappy just said. Aiming is very hard when you are shivering. So staying in my Jeep, taking the night vision, keeping an eye on the situation. My husband said I'm not allowed to set up post-camp hunting for the mountain lion on the top of my Jeep. He said he will bring me out the camper and I can lay out on the top of the camper, which I am totally comfortable with. I'll lay on top of the camper and wait for that thing to come out. That don't bother me none. But I do need to get a couple trail cams out there because I want to see the patterns of this. I want to see, I know where the coyotes are coming from on the property. I've already tracked 2 dens and been tracking them. We have a lot of antelope out there, a lot of deer, a lot of jackrabbits. Magnus is in jackrabbit heaven. He loves himself a jackrabbit. But just tracking this cat's movement, stuff like that. I don't know, Susan. I don't know, maybe. Pro Meds, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I've never tried mountain lion. I've ate bear. I've ate some pretty questionable. I've never had mountain lion though. Anybody in here ever had mountain lion before? If you don't have a giant thing of caffeine and a live streamer, you're not doing things right, okay? Just so we all know. Just so we all know. I'm going back through comments. Bella, thank you so much for the ice cream cone. I seriously appreciate it. I'm not quite sure, Susan. Too close to cat for you? Nope, sounds pretty gross. I'm not eating cat. I'm not going to lie. The thing kind of makes me mad. The biggest issue we have is somebody's been out shooting. Sorry. You know, I don't really have to censor myself here, but I have to here. Best practices to store propane. So for us, we just store our propane containers outside. Propane is pretty stable. Just depends on, I don't know what state you're in. What are your highs and lows of temperature? I don't know. If you're in the desert, then I would say if it goes above a certain degrees. My husband has all fuel memorized. That's like his wham jam. Thank you, ma'am. I can help you with all food preservation, stuff like that. Oh, you're in Australia. How hot does it get in Australia? I don't know how hot it gets there. I would say you should be fine to store it outside. Can I imagine? You need a sponsorship from Dr. Pepper. I have a sponsorship from so many things, but Dr. Pepper just... Come on, Dr. Pepper. It's about time. Hotter than Utah? Dumb questions. Does jackrabbit taste like normal rabbit? Yeah. It's a rabbit. They like to eat around a lot of sage, so they do have kind of a sagey taste. Eating cat. No, well, I'll eat anything meat. And here I can type anything. I love it, cats. Oh, you can? I'd have to convert that, Connor. If you want to DM me it on the temperature, I'm not sure. I don't really have Celsius degrees like memorized, and I don't have any way to look it up because I'm running on both devices right now, sadly. The hard part is I haven't figured out how to hold the chat live on the left-hand screen. I do not eat meat other than cats. I'm just curious. 122. Ooh. I'll have to ask my husband on that because I believe propane tanks aren't really okay past 100 and I think it's 119 degrees or 120. All I know is because he does run a lot of construction crews out in Arizona and there are certain heat times that they do bring stuff inside. Thank you, Bokita. I appreciate you. 115 is recommended. Yeah, I was going to say they do bring them in after a certain point. Subtract, divide. I'm not doing that on live, Pappy. Well, I love you to death, but I already have to manage 2 chats. I'm not going to subtract or divide anything in my head. It's hard enough when you're on camera all the time. But you subtract 25 and then half for Fahrenheit. Okay. Okay, that makes sense though. Maybe I can memorize that. Maybe. I'm going to try my best, Pappy. She's like, I speak Celsius, but not Fahrenheit. On the Google says 40 degrees on Celsius. I don't know Celsius, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you. Not even going to lie for a moment. Oh, you don't eat meat either? Neither of you guys eat meat? Gosh, don't look at my freezer. Sorry. Don't look at my freezer. You've seen them blow up at 145. Yeah, I would suspect 145 will be too much. Yeah, we just put in a whole new antelope in the freezer. But the really cool part about the property, When we went out there, Mike and I were able to spot out there was 27 antelope on the property. Just chilling. They were just hanging out, living their best life, prancing around. Don't look in our freezer, you'd be horrified. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just don't look in my freezer, please. You're with me? You're like, I just put a deer in the freezer. I mean, so the big part, so let's talk about some of the things that we looked for on this off-grid property. Okay. First, we wanted to have some privacy, right? We didn't want a bunch of other smaller parcels attached to the property. We have 4 parcels that are attached to the property, and all of their parcels are similar, like 30 to 80 acres. Okay. So we have over 70 acres. Can't tell you the amount because then you guys will start searching where I'm at. That would be weird. Okay. No stalkers. I'm not the typical vegetarian. Not coming to family dinners if Bambi will be joining us. Oh, I grew up on venison. I actually love venison. Somebody just asked me, what do I think on the Luigi situation? I think it's a total setup. I think it is a total setup. Do I pressure can deer? Yes. I pressure can it. Yeah. And the cool part is, so this company I'm working with, I was very, 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 very excited. Because we're talking protein, right? Things I want to have in. Gosh, I'm already destroying my organization over here, guys. This is sad, sad world we're living in. My organization is going down the tank. Okay. So when we're talking about protein, we were talking about that today. Protein. You need protein to function, right? You have freeze-dried ground beef, right? We got freeze-dried ground beef, 13 ounces, 330 calories. Serving size is 1 cup. This has 21 grams of fat, 8 grams of saturated protein, 32 grams of protein in a serving. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. This is ground beef. Now, here's the one. Freeze-dried ground venison. Okay. It's much leaner. Much leaner. 140 calories for 4 ounces. It has 2.5 grams of fat, but it has 26 grams of protein. Very excited. You grew up on a racehorse farm? That's amazing. I love that. Spam is the cheapest long-lasting protein. You might get sick of spam. I've ate a lot of spam. When I lived in Iraq, I ate a lot of spam. A lot of spam and a lot of rice. A lot. Yeah, wild game is so much leaner, but so good. Yeah, and you have a lot of protein options. Even on this one, like 22 grams of protein. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for protein. I want as much protein into our diets as possible. I don't want to live off of rations if the world goes to shit. Like, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. If World War III happens or friggin' shit hits the fan, the zombies come, anything crazy, I'm going to live as comfortable as possible. That is just me and my preference. Not everybody is going to agree with that, but I want my kids' bodies to grow the right way. I want them to have the right amount of nutrition that they need to be able to fully function. Yep, same with chickens. Yep. Yeah, Susan, I agree with that. So you have more respect for hunters because they have more respect when it comes to their food. They don't waste. Plus the animals better life. Yeah. And if it's done right, they are not pumped full of adrenaline and they're not scared when they go down, okay? If you have a really well trained hunter, um, the animal's not going to suffer the same way. It's the same for like the cattle we buy and put into our freezer. We do not buy meat from the store. We just don't. I don't like the processing, like the manufacturer processing and the life that those animals live. So we buy from local. So I also don't like to waste meat. So if we cook meat, we eat all meat. Yeah, hunters get a bad rap, but it's part of the conservation. Yeah. Regular shop. Everyone has to start prepping. 100%. Every single person in here should be prepping. Truthfully, the world, we have preppers over here on TikTok that are in Australia, the UK. I'm not sure where everybody is from on the YouTube side, but the world is really shifting quickly and things are still not leveling out. It's like a pendulum. Every which way you go, there's something new going on. Hi, Annabelle. Oh, I love that. Thanks for fixing your name. Makes it so much easier. But it is a pendulum going back and forth. So prepping is very essential to the normal life that you want to live. If you want to live a very healthy life, your deer was shot minding its own business 200 meters away from your house, and it had the best life ever, and it was just minding its business. It did not know what was coming. Sweden, so of course hunters are very usual here. We can't grow food in the winter. Exactly. And does anybody in here have a setup? I mean, we got Sweden over here, we got Australia over here, we got the US in both. When COVID hit, I refused. I got stepped down from healthcare overnight, lost your job and form of income. Okay, exactly. Prepping and wasn't entitled to any government financial assistance. Exactly. Prepping is your own self-insurance plan. You should have a way to have food, water, all the things, okay? In case if the power shuts off, you want to be able to stay warm. You want to have your electricity. Sorry, I'm a little bougie. I want to be comfortable. When the power goes out, I'm still going to be comfortable. It's just your own insurance plan. You don't have to like call up a number and see if your policy covers if you lose your job. You can grow all along year here in the southern US. It seems like everyone hunts as a pastime. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna probably reset here. I've been live for an hour, almost an hour and a half on this side and an hour on this side. But I will be coming back live. My daughter does have a dance recital here today, so it might not be until later tonight. But I love you guys. Thanks so much. If you guys are not following me over on YouTube, it's Doomsday Queen. If you're not following me on TikTok, it's Charmingly Frugal. They go together, guys. Sorry. I didn't choose the name Doomsday Queen. It was just like 9 different articles published me as that. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. I will see you guys soon.